All right, good morning, everybody. We're going to start with our toe lifts. And if I had my watch today, I would be doing strength training. So, good 4, 3, both heels up. We're going to lift and lower. So I want you to try to imagine that you're holding a yoga block between your ankles. So lift, 3, 2, brace the core, slow march, lift and lift. So today we have 24 exercises, but we have it divided up into 3 different sections. 4, 3, hamstring curls, tricep press it back. So first section is 8 lower body exercises. Second section is 8 upper body exercises. And the third section is 8 core exercises. Knees up, start to add a little bit of a rotation. We're starting to wake up the spine. It's okay if it's small. Good, 8, 7, 4, 3, back to our curls. Take your hand to your opposite heel. So we're gonna do 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest, and it is a no repeat. 4, 3, tap it to the side, step and tap, reach across the body corner to corner. Let's reach it up and over, just a little bit of a side bend. 4, 3, cross the body right here, reach. Overhead, lift. Cross body, 4. Overhead. Let's take our feet about hip width apart, slow deadlift, bring it up nice and tall. So shoulders down and back into your back pocket. So you're thinking about trying to crack a walnut. Keep the arms really close to your body. So just down, 2, up, 2. Hinge it forwards, stand up nice and tall. Good, 2 more. All right, slow squat. So now chest stays up and we sit our hips back towards our heels. So still doing just down 2, up 2. It's okay, again, if your squat is a little shallower, or some of you might find it's a little easier if you turn your toes out just a little bit. You open up those hips. Good, couple more. Last one. Bring it into the center, right arm, circle it up. Now bring it back around to the front. Switch, lift, and circle. So thumb up, rotate pinky down, thumb up, rotate pinky down. Good, we have 4 more, so 2 more on each arm. It's okay if your circle is out here. Everybody is a little different. 1 more. Good, forward step and reach. So take it forward, pull it back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, keeping those ribs tucked. Good, 4, 3, 2, side step, side lunge, hold it in place right here. And this is one of our exercises today. 8, 7, there's 4, 3, hold it in the center, cat-cow, inhale, exhale. Good, so just a little arch and just a little bit of a tuck. We're working on pelvis motion, pelvis control. Good, bring it all the way up. We're gonna do a side lunge, reach for the knee, and up. Side lunge, and up. So we're kind of adding that little bit of an open book. You can reach for your knee. Some of you might be able to reach for your ankle, but I want you to think about opening that shoulder up like you want to look up at the ceiling. Take it down, lift, 1 more time. Good, we're gonna walk it out to a plank. I'm gonna keep my wide stance. I'm gonna turn just because I don't have space. Walk it out to a nice good plank, and then we're gonna walk it all the way back up again. So I want you to try to do about 5. If you want to add a little bit of a push-up, you're welcome to, but you don't have to. Good, so I think this is 4, at least for me. I'm gonna do one more, and then we're gonna do our heel stomps or our jumps, and then we'll get into our workout. Good, bring it all the way back up into the center. We're just gonna do our heel stomps. So heel stomps. I swear, my speaker is trying to kill me. I can't hear anything right now. Good, 4, 3, march it out, shake it out, roll the shoulders, grab a quick drink of water. So apparently it's got issues with the battery, because if I plug it in, it's fine. I can't win with this speaker. Granted, it's like 5, 6 years old, but I still don't want to have to go buy a new one. All right, 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest. First 8 exercises, all lower body. We're going to start with sumo squats. Then we have lunges on the right, lunges on the left. Then we're going to do deadlifts, calf raises, side lunges, and then we're just going to do kind of a pulsing side leg lift, okay? But we're going to start with our sumo squats. Remember, we just do everything one time. 45 second sumo squats in 3, 2, and 1. Now for your sumo squats, wide stance, toes pointing out to the corner. No dumbbell, 1 dumbbell, 2 dumbbell. If you want to, you are welcome to have your dumbbells up at your shoulders. You don't have to hold them down in front of you. But remember, sumo squats, wide legs, knees are tracking over our second toe. And if your sumo squat is here, you're still doing a sumo squat. It's okay. I don't expect everybody to get their buns down to the floor, but we want to try not to bend forwards. So we're a little bit more upright. Yes, we still hinge. It's just a little bit more of a bend or a little bit more of an upright position. Good, bring it in, little rest. Lunges, right leg only. Again, for lower body especially, no dumbbells, 1 dumbbell, 2 dumbbells, 3, 2, and 1. So your first option is we're doing all one side. Now you can add the step and drop, or you can just hold it in place and go down and up. It's kind of personal preference today, whether you want to do the stepping or if you just want to hold it in place. But again, we don't want to push the knee forwards. We want to drop the back knee down towards the floor. So whether you're stepping or you're holding it stationary, you're just going to drop the back knee towards the floor, front knee over your shoelaces. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Short rest. You're welcome to set the dumbbells down, especially if, like me, you're going a little bit heavier. We're giving those hands a break. Good, 4, 3, switch to the other side, 2, and 1. Good, so just lunge and then stand tall. Lunge and tall. And this is another one that your lunge might be small. We start small, hold on to something if you need to, and then once you're more comfortable with the body weight, then you start to make it a little bit deeper and you start to add resistance. So a little drop, a little lift. And again, if you just want to go down and up, back knee to the floor and press. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Short rest. Deadlifts. Deadlift, deadlift. So shoulders down and back. Brace the core, tuck the tail just a little bit. We're just going to hinge and stand up tall. Here's 2 and 1. So just hinge it back and then stand nice and tall. So squats and lunges they get kind of the whole leg. You get hamstrings, you get quads, you get glutes. Deadlifts are a little more glutes and a little more hamstrings. You don't have to go to the floor. Check your position. If you're able to touch the floor, there's a good chance that you're rounding your back a little, or you're collapsing at the chest. We want to be very tall, feet hip width. Weight is evenly distributed across both feet. I tend to kind of shift into my right leg a little bit. Here's 2 and 1. Good. Calf raises. Calf raises. If anybody wants to make it a little bit harder, you can stand on a yoga block or a stair or roll up your mat and get a little bit more stretch, but that's 100% optional. Good, time's on. Feet hip width. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. So again, I want you to imagine you're holding a yoga block between your ankles. You have to keep that yoga block in place. So roll through, ball of the foot and the big toe, hold it, and then down. Hold it, and then down. And I notice I'm kind of plopping my heels down. Control the lower. Control the lower. Good, 10 seconds. So nice, good lift. Nice, good lower. Here's 2 and 1. Bring it in the center. For our side lunges today, we're going to take our legs wide and we're just going to move from one side to the other, no stepping. So toes forward or a little bit out towards the corners like our sumo lunge. Here we go. So we're just going to go side, center, side, and center. And this is another one. I don't want to see the top of your head. I want to see your happy, maybe smiling faces. But again, we don't have to be perfectly chest up and arched. So it's just a little hinge and then a little hinge. Sit the hips back towards the heels, little inner thigh stretch. If it's a shallow inner thigh, shallow side lunge, you're good to go. 10 seconds. The last exercise, if you have a loop resistance band and want to use it, great. If you don't worry. Good, bring it in. Carefully come to standing. I'm going to use one today. I'm going to use the light band. If you don't have one, you don't need one. Few inches above your knees. Sink into your standing leg. 3, 2, 1, and in. 3, 2, 1, and in. We want to feel our side glute. And in. 3, 2, 1, and in. Make sure that we're not kicking our foot out. Press with your thigh. So you're using your thigh. I use my thigh to close my car door all the time. If I've got stuff in my hands, I use my legs to close the car door. I'm sure that's probably not the best choice, but I do. Little pulse and in. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, little shakeout. Same thing on the other side, short rest, and then we're gonna switch it to upper body. Well, hello, Miss Marcella. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Good, so pulse 3, 2, 1, and in. 3, 2, 1, and in. So I kind of sink in to my standing leg a little bit, and I'm trying to keep my knee kind of in line with my other leg. My heel is just to the back. I'm really pressing the side of my glute, the side of my thigh out, 2, 1, and in. And because I've already done the other side and now I'm sinking in, I'm really feeling my buns on my standing leg. 3, 2. Good, 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in, shake it out, walk it around, grab a quick drink of water. We're going to move on to circuit number 2, all upper body. So there is no legs at all in this section. So we're giving our legs a break. We have rows, palm up bicep curls, side raises, tricep kickbacks, rear fly, hammer curls, and then we quick go down to the floor for chest presses and skull crushers. And you have modifications if you stay standing, but we're gonna start with our rows. 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So just a regular row, nothing fancy. Both arms at the same time. If you need to sit, please feel free to sit. It's okay. So if you're just kind of not feeling it today, or maybe your legs are really tired, we just did basically 8 minutes of legs, you are welcome to have a seat. But we have that nice neutral spine. This is one where my spine is neutral, and it's not. It's kind of rounded. So shoulders down, belly's in. It's kind of finding that Goldilocks, happy medium, not rounded, not arched, secure and stable. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Short rest. We're gonna do palms facing forwards, bicep curl. So arms out to the side, traditional bicep curl. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm gonna alternate because I'm going a little heavy today. So check your body. This one, a lot of times, especially if you're like me or anybody else here that might have a little bit of a bigger dumbbell, even if it's light, sometimes they're just really wide. Sometimes we dig our elbow into our hip. I want you to try to have your elbow right under your shoulder, hanging down by your side. So your upper arm is close to your torso, but it doesn't have to be glued to it all the way down. Good, 10 seconds. We're gonna go for side raises. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Side raises. Side raises. Option 1, alternate. Option 2, both arms at the same time. Good, 3, 2, and 1. So side raise and lower. And if you have lighter weights, you are welcome to do both arms at the same time. I'm alternating, and I am doing scapular. So I'm coming forward at an angle versus straight out to the side. So just a little bit of an angle. Shoulders are away from my ears. Again, ribs are tucked. Especially if you're alternating, if you get to here and then you have to lean to get the arm up the last little bit, focus on stabilizing your core, and maybe you might have to go a little bit lighter. It's hard with some of these exercises because I go from a 5 to an 8. I don't have anything in between. And that's more than a 50% jump. Good, rest. So that makes it a little tricky sometimes. All right, tricep kickbacks. Tricep kickbacks. So shoulders down and back, brace your core, hinge it forwards, finish position for rows, kick it back and bring it in. Back and in. So later we do skull crushers on the floor. Your option for that is either an overhead tricep extension, or if your arms don't like going overhead and you're staying standing, you're just gonna do a tricep kickback like this, but your palms are gonna face forwards. It's just gonna be a little bit different. 15 seconds, and we have rear flies. Rear flies. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring it up. Rear fly. For most people, this tends to be a light to medium weight. I am going to use 8s. We're gonna see how it goes. Here's 2 and 1. So now we hinge it forward. We lift, we lower, we lift, and we lower. So nice, good rear fly. If you are doing alternating, make sure we're not rotating our body or kicking our arm back. So we don't want to reach back behind us. It's right out to the side, lifting the back of the hand towards the ceiling. If you're a little bit more upright, your lift is going to be a little bit more at an angle. But if you can bend those knees, hinge it forwards, forward fold, back of the hand lifts up to the ceiling. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it up, standing tall, hammer curls, palms facing in, thumbs pointing forwards. 4, 3, 2, and 1. So hammer curl. Elbows are under the shoulders, upper arm is next to our torso, kind of straight up and down, and we just bend the elbow. Bring the end of the dumbbell towards your shoulders, right here. Our next 2 exercises are on the floor. We have chest presses and skull crushers. If you're staying standing, banded chest press, incline push-up, or that lean back chest press. And then skull crushers, overhead tricep extension, or a palms facing forwards tricep kickback. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We're going to take it all the way down to the floor. If you're coming down with me, we're going to be on our backs, and we're just going to do a nice good chest press. Here's 3, 2, and 1. So we just have low back, close to the floor. Elbows are at an angle. Elbows are at an angle. So just a nice good press. Or if you're staying standing, you got a band, you're going to do that banded chest press. Or an incline push-up. Just something to kind of work the chest, a little bit of triceps. 20 seconds. We're going to go for skull crushers. Or again, if you're staying standing, just a different kind of tricep exercise. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully set those dumbbells down. If you're switching, I'm going to go a little bit lighter. Arms are up, palms are facing in. So lock in those shoulders to your elbows. We're going to slowly lower the dumbbells to either side of the head and then bring it back up. So slow lower, bring it back up. If you're staying standing, you can do your overhead extension, or if you take your kickback, you're going to have your palms facing forwards, back of the hand towards the ceiling. So that's an option for you. 20 seconds. And then for our core work, we stay on the floor. You have options if you're going to stay standing today. You're going to be doing a lot of farmer's carries and weighted marches. If you're staying standing today, 2 and 1. Good. Carefully set those dumbbells down. You don't need any equipment for our core work. So you can give yourself a minute, get your equipment out of the way if you need to. We have 8 exercises. We have planks, incline plank, bridges. You're going to do your good mornings. So it's your deadlift with no weights. Side plank, you're going to do a one-sided farmer's carry. Carry a heavy dumbbell on one side. For your dead bugs, you're going to do a weighted march. Then we're going to do farmer's carry or side plank on the other side. For crunches, we're going to do just a nice basic standing crunch. And then for your bird dogs, you can do incline reaching like this, or you can do kind of a march here. It's a little goofy, but it's all about core stability. So that's what you're going to do if you're staying standing, right side then left side. The rest of us, we're going to go to the floor, and we're going to start with our planks. It's 45 seconds. So what I want you to think about doing is hold it in your hard position as long as you can, and then go to a slightly easier position, okay? So find your plank position in 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to start. I'm going to start in my toe plank. I'm pretty sure that I can hold this one the full 45 seconds, but if you're struggling a little bit, start with your high plank. And then if you need to, try dropping one knee to the floor and then switch to the other knee. And then maybe go to your knees. So I want you to hold your hard position, and maybe for you a hard position is on your knees, or one leg, one toe, one knee, and switch. So just find something challenging and then try to make it a little easier if you need to. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flip it over onto your back. We're just gonna do bridges. And yes, bridges are core work. If you're standing, you're doing your good mornings. So knees bent, feet flat, little bit of a rib tuck right here. So your option 1 is I want you to just hold your bridge. Hold your bridge. This is your first option. Second option is you start to lower, and just as you feel the ground with your hips, you come right back up again. So slow lower, come right back up. Slow lower, and right back up. Slow, and then lift. So we don't want any movement at our spine, at our low back. Your shoulders, so your shoulders and your head stay on the ground, but then your ribs to your hips lift up as one piece, all the way up. Good. Rest. We're gonna come up for a side plank. Side plank. If you are standing, you're gonna do that farmer's carry on one side only. So heavy dumbbell on one side, you're gonna walk around. Good, time is on. This is another one. Try to start in your hard side plank. For me, that's my balance beam. My balance beam feet on my toes. And then if you need to, you can drop one knee down, top leg stays up, and then you can try to drop to both knees. What I want you to think about is I want you to lift up with your hips. So I want you to pull up like you're trying to use your lower hip to push your upper hip closer to the ceiling. Good, 10 seconds. We're gonna go for dead bugs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, bring it down. Gonna go for dead bugs. If you're standing, I'm gonna turn around just so I can get ready for side planks. If you're standing, you're gonna do weighted marches, but dead bugs, arms up, legs up right here. We're gonna do alternating arm and leg, reach towards the floor. Now your first option is just to hold your dead bug. No arms, no legs, just hold it. Pull the belly button kind of in. Try to engage some of those deep core muscles. Then you can start adding in movement. You can start with just arms. Do your arm right, left, and then do your leg right, left. And then if you're ready, I know some of you can do this with me, is you do opposite arm and leg, thumb and heel tap towards the floor. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it in. We're gonna go for side plank. Side plank, if you're standing, farmer's carry on the other side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shoulder is away from your ear. We're gonna lift it up. And you may find that one side works pretty well, the other side doesn't. That just lets you know that that's the side that maybe you need to do an extra set, do some extra reps, just try to get it to work out. But start on your toes and then drop your lower knee down if you need to, and then you can drop your upper knee like this. So you just find what's gonna work. But whatever you pick, that bottom hip, we're straight, use your bottom hip to help you lift top hip towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully bring it down. We're gonna go for crunches. Just a nice basic crunch. If you wanna add resistance, you can. If you're standing, you're just gonna do a standing crunch with a little bit of a march. Here's 2 and 1. So inhale, exhale on the way up, inhale on the way down. This one I want you to think slow and steady. So exhale, pull the ribs and the hips closer together. When we crunch, we don't want to push our tummy up and out like we're trying to push our tummy towards the ceiling. We're trying to do a little bit of a tuck, and I want you to think exhale, brace the core, ribs are going to go towards your hips. And even when we go back and we inhale, I don't want you to arch your back. and flare your ribs. I want you to try to keep a little control all the time. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Flipping over, hands and knees. We have bird dog, right side, bird dog, left side. Last 2 exercises for today. Remember, if you're standing, you're gonna stand on one leg and you're gonna do just a quick knee lift and lower, but we're just here. And option 1 is you just reach and hold. Try to get that nice neutral spine position, like you've got a dinner plate on your back. If we're here, that dinner plate is gonna be wobbly. If we're here, we're gonna put a lot of pressure on our low back. So nice, good reach. And even if it's just one hand and one knee, a couple inches off the ground, you're good. But if you can reach out and then maybe start adding in arm and leg movement. So just reach out and then hand taps the thigh, but the core stays stable. So reach out and bring it in. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. You can sit your hips back to your heels. We've got to do the other side. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So good hands and knees position. And again, just take your hand in your opposite knee and just lift them a couple inches off the ground to start. And then try reaching forward and back. So you're trying to get your fingers on one arm to be as far away from the toes or the heel on the opposite leg as possible. Reach one forward. So hands reach forward. Heel presses back to the wall behind you. Option, we start to add, reach forward and bring it in. So we're getting core, we're getting a little shoulder and a little glute here as well. So working some posterior chain, that just means back of the body. Good, bring it in, set it down, give yourself a little bit of a break. We're gonna rest. You can take a minute to put your equipment away if you need to, or you can grab a quick drink of water. Let's bring it into the center. We're gonna do our 90-90s. You can do this sitting in a chair. Your option 1, sit tall, hands by your hips, and we're just gonna take both legs to the right, both legs to the left. If that's a bit much, take your legs out straight. Moving from your hips, you're gonna do windshield wipers. The whole leg moves. This is a really good one to do in a chair. So you can sit and you can do one leg at a time, or you can do both. But it's a modification if this is a bit much for your hips. It's okay if you just go part way, side to side, and just kind of wiggle a little. Just kind of reminds me, like when you're growing up, your parents are always telling you to stop fidgeting, and now I'm telling you I want you to fidget. I don't want you to sit still, I want you to fidget. Good, we've got 2 more. 2 and 1. Let's take it all the way onto our backs. If you're sitting, you're fine to stay seated. We're gonna take it all the way down. Left leg is straight, right knee, we're gonna pull it in towards the chest. If you're sitting, you can have your left leg straight or you can have your left leg on the floor, and then we're all just gonna pull the knee up and kind of in towards our chest. But for this one, I want you to keep your spine neutral, where sometimes we pull our knee into our chest and then we drop our forehead towards our knee. I want you to pull it in, keep the spine neutral, keep that left leg straight. Good, we're gonna relax the knee and we're just gonna draw circles with our ankle. And then we're gonna change direction. Now we're gonna take that right ankle, cross it over your left thigh just above your knee. Let that right knee drift out to the side. So your first option is to just stay right here. Your second option is to start to pull in that left leg, and you can just pull it in so that now the left foot is on the floor and the left knee is bent. As long as you're feeling a stretch in that right hip, we're just doing our figure 4. Some of you are more flexible and you may be able to pull in on that left leg to deepen the stretch on the right hip. You do what feels good. Not everybody has great hips. 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Now we're going to take our right leg out straight on the floor, and we're going to pull the left leg into the chest. Again, right leg stays straight, spine stays neutral. You can grab in front of your knee or you can grab behind your thigh. It's kind of what feels good for your knee. If you pull in on your left leg and you feel your right leg lift up off of the ground, don't pull in quite so far on that left leg and keep that right leg glued to the floor. So we're trying to stretch and open up our hip on the right leg while we stretch our left leg. Let's relax that left knee. We're going to draw circles with our ankle. And then we're going to go the other direction. Now we're going to take that left ankle, cross it over our right thigh just above our knee, and we're going to let that left knee just kind of drift out to the side and open. We're keeping our hips flat to the floor or as close as they can get. You can stay here if you want to make it a little bit harder. Start to kind of drag your heel in until your foot is kind of on the floor and your knee is bent. You're still keeping that left knee out to the side. And then for those of you that are more flexible, you can lift that right leg off the floor and pull in, deepen the stretch on that right leg or that left leg. It's all about finding that stretch position where you feel the stretch, maybe a little bit of discomfort, but you don't feel pain. So stretching shouldn't be crazy painful. Uncomfortable, maybe. Painful, no. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to pull both knees into the chest, and we are going to round our spine if you would like to. Forehead is going to go towards your knees, so nose towards the knees. If you're sitting, you can just kind of do a forward fold and drop your nose towards your knees. And then if you'd like, you can just add a little side-to-side wiggle. Kind of like you want to rock yourself over. You're a turtle on your back and you're trying to rock yourself over. Good. Here's 2 and 1. And now we're going to come up and we're going to roll to our side, roll over to hands and knees. And we're going to come up for a child's pose position. Just sit your hips back towards your heels. Reach the arms out. If you are standing or sitting, I want you to come to standing, and you can do your forward fold with your hand on the wall or on a countertop or the chair. If you're on the floor and you're not able to comfortably stretch with your arms out on the floor, try putting your arms on the seat of a chair or a couch or an ottoman just to elevate your upper body a little bit. Good. Let's come up to hands and knees. Just give yourself a moment, a couple of cat cows. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands towards your knees, walk your hips towards your heels. Kneeling position, roll the shoulders. If you want to come to seated or standing, you absolutely can. I'm just going to stay in my kneeling position right now. You're going to take a nice deep breath in, give yourself a pat on the back. Exhale, hands to the small of the back. So inhale, pat. Exhale, little back rub. Up and down. Good. One more time. Big breath in and out. Good. Arms down by the side. Roll the shoulders down and back one time. Set your shoulder blades ear to shoulder, side to side. Bring the head up. We're going to look to one side and look to the other. And again, kneeling is optional. You're welcome to sit or stand. Good. Bring it in. Big breath in and out. One more time. Big breath in and out. And you are all done.